Gravity Falls Season 3 Episode 5, Face to Face with the Triangle. The chaos in the Theraprism corridors was deafening. Cosmic horrors roared as they escaped their cells, and somewhere in the madness, Bill Cipher's laughter echoed like a symphony of malice. Dipper, Stan, and Ford pressed themselves against a wall, watching in horror as the greatest jailbreak in multiverse history unfolded before their eyes. "We need to find Bill," Ford shouted over the cacophony. But as they moved deeper into the facility, following that familiar triangular laugh, they realized they weren't hunting Bill Cipher. He was leading them exactly where he wanted them to go. The corridor suddenly fell silent. They rounded the corner and found themselves in a vast circular room, the heart of the Theraprism. Floating in the center was Bill Cipher himself, no longer confined by any cell. But something was different. He seemed more solid, more real than ever before. Well, if it isn't my favorite family of meddlers." Bill's voice boomed through the chamber with an odd warmth that made their skin crawl. "Stanford, Stanley, and Little Dipper. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for this reunion." Ford stepped forward with determination. "Bill, whatever you're planning, it ends here. You've manipulated enough people, destroyed enough lives." Bill's eye crinkled with delight. "Oh, Fordsy," still so serious. "But you're missing the bigger picture." Bill gestured around the chamber. "Do you know what this place really is? The Theraprism isn't just a prison. It's a rehabilitation center. And guess what? I've been rehabilitated. I've learned so much about friendship, about family, about cooperation." Stan snorted with disgust. "Rehabilitated? You just broke out every cosmic criminal in this place." Bill's laugh was like breaking glass mixed with wind chimes. "Oh, Stanley, I didn't break them out. I convinced them to leave. I used my words, my charm, my newly developed people skills." Dipper's voice trembled with anger. "You manipulated them just like you manipulated everyone in Gravity Falls. You haven't changed at all." Bill's eye focused on Dipper intensely. "Ah, Pine Tree, you're absolutely right. I haven't changed. I've evolved." Bill's form started to glow with golden light. "The Theraprism taught me something wonderful. I don't need to destroy reality to remake it. I just need to convince everyone that my way is better. And after spending eons surrounded by the multiverse's greatest criminals, I've learned exactly how to do that." Ford's instruments began beeping frantically. "Bill, you're destabilizing the entire facility." Bill's grin widened impossibly. "I know. Isn't it exciting? But don't worry. I have a plan for all of us." Bill floated closer, his voice dropping to a conversational tone. "Here's what's going to happen. You three are going to help me return to our dimension. Not as enemies, but as family. Because that's what we are, isn't it? We've been through so much together." Stan stepped protectively in front of Dipper. "Over my dead body, triangle freak. We stopped you once, we'll stop you again." Bill's eye gleamed with something that might have been genuine sadness. "Oh, Stanley, always so confrontational. But I've learned that there are more than two sides to every story." The chamber began to shake as dimensional rifts opened around them. "You see," Bill continued, "my fellow inmates weren't just criminals. They were visionaries like me. And now they're out there, sharing our message across the multiverse." Ford realized with growing horror what Bill had accomplished. "You didn't just escape. You created a network. Every criminal you befriended is now spreading your influence across their home dimensions." Bill applauded. "Exactly. I knew you'd figure it out, Stanford." Dipper looked around desperately. "There has to be a way to stop this." Bill's voice became almost gentle. "There is, Pine Tree. Join me, all of you. Help me create a multiverse where everyone gets what they want." For a moment, they could see it, a reality where the constant struggle was over. But Ford shook his head firmly. "No, Bill. We've seen what your help looks like. We'll find another way." Bill's expression shifted, the mock warmth draining from his voice. "I was hoping you'd say that, because sometimes the people you care about most are the ones who need the most convincing." The golden light intensified, and suddenly they weren't in the Theraprism anymore. They were back in Gravity Falls, standing in the town square. But something was wrong. The townspeople moved with perfect synchronization, their eyes glowing with golden light. "Welcome home," Bill said, his voice coming from every throat in the crowd. "Let me show you what a truly rehabilitated Bill Cipher can accomplish." As the possessed townspeople closed in, Ford whispered urgently, "Remember, this isn't real. Bill's projecting this. We just have to find a way back to reality." But as Bill's laughter filled the air and the golden-eyed crowd pressed closer, that seemed like an impossible task. The confrontation had become something far more terrifying. Not a battle they could win with force, but a psychological war where reality itself was the battlefield. And Bill Cipher was still the master of that particular game.